Hi, and welcome to Professor Kev Show. As you see, I got my friend Yaxin with us, and she's from Project 57. Good afternoon, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. I'm so honored to be here. So,
Thank you.
as like Professor Kev just mentioned, I'm Yaxin. I'm a senior at Arlington High School, which is right outside of Greater Boston, and I run Project 57, which is a youth-led, fiscally sponsored nonprofit aiming to advance personal finance in the state of Massachusetts, though we are looking to expand nationally. So, in the past year that Project 57 has been running, we've reached over 300 students. We've lobbied for a bill that unanimously passed the Massachusetts State House, and we're currently working on a hackathon in partnership with the Microsoft Nerd Center in Cambridge.
Yeah,
So you're seeing that we're doing quite a lot. Like we're
yeah.
sort of all over the place, but the tying theme that unites all of these threads is that we're hoping to reinvest in youth. And now to sort of get more into the background of why I founded Project 57, I am an immigrant. I immigrated here as a child, I think around like age 4. And because like my parents had to essentially like uproot their entire lives in a different country and land here, there was a lot of adjusting we had to do, and a lot of that tended to be on the financial front. So I actually started working at age 13. I was I've been juggling around 2 to 3 jobs throughout my high school career, and it's become sort of a necessity for me because given my financial situation, given like my position as a person who's like sort of an outsider, I personally had to figure out a way to contribute to the household and help pay bills. And in that process, I don't think I realized how much I was missing out on regarding financial literacy until I took a personal finance course. It's called Stupid Dual Enrollment my junior year, which was when I started Project 57. So in that course, I learned about deductibles, I learned about like the healthcare insurance process, but I also learned about like how to budget, how to save, invest. And I realized that I, and probably a lot of my peers now looking back, had absolutely no idea what's going on. And which is concerning because like we're young adults here. We have jobs, we make financial decisions, whether with our parents' allowance or with our own money. And like from the time when you're 17 through 18, that's the most important financial decision of your life. Like I've heard stories of people going to into like 100K of student debt just for that prestige,
Hmm.
when like really they could have gone to a state school and been happy, you know.
Amen.
So I was noticing a gap between what my peers understood, what youth like myself understood, and the curriculum that was being taught. Because that personal finance course, I had to essentially like struggle with my entire schedule and wrestle into it. Like it wasn't a mandate or anything. It was simply either you choose to take it or you choose to graduate without financial knowledge, and then you go into thousands of dollars of student debt.
So
And what, yeah,
step
yeah,
back for a sec.
yeah.
Tell me about the name. What does it mean? What's Project
Right, for
57?
sure. A lot of people ask, actually.
It does,
Yeah, so
it does
Project
stick out. So
57, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, so Project 57 stands for the 57% of Americans that are financially illiterate. And like this statistic sort of like sparked my entire journey into researching personal finance, policy regarding personal finance, into researching like how much curriculum was being provided in Massachusetts and how we could implement standards. And that specific statistic really stuck with me because like if you flip a coin, right, it's 50-50.
hmm,
But I guess you could say that it's an unfair coin stacked against like youth
yeah.
because like 57% are completely financially literate.
I have a follow-up question. So a lot of
Yeah,
states have a mandate that high school students have to take financial planning.
for sure.
They have to get the financial basics. We don't have that in Massachusetts.
No, we don't. Our treasurer has been really pushing for it ever since she came to office, Treasurer Goldberg. Her office has been filing and doing studies on the subject since 2015. But like 2025, last year, that was the legislative session that we actually saw a bill get passed. The year before that, a financial literacy bill went down to a vote and it failed.
That's amazing. It's
Yeah.
stunning that we could
No,
possibly
it's
say
stunning,
that
right?
stuff. Because again, in fairness, your situation, my situation, not everyone gets taught these things at home. If
Hmm.
parents don't know that, unless someone in your life is helping you or you just happen to care enough to take a class and learn, we're
Exactly.
going to keep repeating the sins and we're going to keep, getting into debt because that's what you grew up seeing, right?
Right.
All right, so crystal ball time, my friend. Well, one question before that. Tell us about how you're helping people learn financial literacy. Tell us, didn't you host some workshops I think I saw online?
Yeah, exactly. So my personal belief in advancing financial education is that you have to do it in person and you have to like spark
Amen.
that seed in
We
people.
agree.
But it's sort of like learning a language.
Hmm.
Like you can't really have that knowledge like in your head and access it anytime. You have to be making these financial decisions day to day. You have to be like budgeting well. You have to be like maybe checking stocks, investing. But overall, it's sort of like a language in that if you don't use it, you will lose it.
Yep.
So essentially what our workshops aim to do is sort of get people in the door, but moving forward, it's sort of up to them. And obviously they're free to come attend our workshops and but we provide them with the resources and get them into the door and actually recognizing, oh, there's actually ways we can improve our financial standing, or oh, we didn't know how to budget for or get a job, but now that we can, we're able to implement it day in and day out.
I was hoping you were going to tell me you were doing it in person because I'm a huge fan of that. But I also like because you and I can be sitting together and learning together. So if we get out the knowledge at the same time, we're like, hey, when we did that class, Jackson, what did they say about this? We can help each other and guide each other along. I see so many people, oh, we're going to make an app, we're going to make videos. And I'm like, who's going to take the time to actually watch them? And if you have a question,
Exactly.
there's no, hey, this was 100% clear. Can you explain this to me? So, all right, crystal ball time, my friend. 3 to 5 years out, where you hoping this idea goes to?
Yeah, so 3 to 5 years out. Wow. I had the privilege of attending the Jumpstart National Financial Educators Council Summit in November last year. Like, I actually don't know how I got there because, like, I'm seeing all these like nonprofits with much more impact than I have, who have actually like seen people like completely turn their lives around with financial education. And I hope to like, first off, I hope to like actually like I guess deserve a spot to like be there to be one of the exhibitors, like sharing our resources, demonstrating our impact. But more than that, I hope to have financial literacy be a mandate in all 50 states. And for and once that's settled, I hope to use our resources, use our existing research to facilitate the implementation. Because the hard thing about financial literacy and what educators and a lot of administrators come back to, it's not that they don't believe in a mandate. It's that the logistics of implementing a mandate for like 250,000 kids in the state of Massachusetts is bound to be a hurdle. But it comes down to weighing the consequences of allowing these 250,000 kids to continue on with their lives and rack up thousands in debt and lose out on thousands of opportunities simply due to not being provided education versus the cost of providing education now, but setting kids up for a better financial future.
Amen. So, what's the best way for people to reach out to you if they want to learn more, my friend?
Yeah, for sure. So Project 57, it has a pretty self-explanatory domain. It's project57.org. And you can also follow our Instagram, which is project57_official.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Yeah, for sure.